Hey, this is Wes from Farmstead. So, one of the things I love to do in life is plumbing. So, there's usually being sarcastic. There's usually a couple facts in life. With one is electrical, second is plumbing. With electrical, generally, if I'm messing with electrical, I'm going to get the you know what shocked out of me, and with plumbing, it's generally going to leak. So, but what we had happen is this has been an old cranky hydrant for many years. Well, it broke off. So you can see right down here, it broke off. So we already dug with the B2601 and the BH70 backhoe and cleared it out a little bit. The water line is right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and come in from this side and kind of clear it up a little bit so that we can possibly get in there. And I need to replace that point, so I need to find out where that line's going this way, because you can see where the top of the line's broke. That actually goes, and we have a hydrant that's in here inside the house, or inside the pole barn, and we would like to continue to use that hydrant. So what I've got to do is I've got to find out where all this runs so that I can go on and try and fix it all. So my favorite thing, plumbing. So, all right. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to pull the B2601 over here with the BH70 backhoe and get in here. And Tanya's going to watch me and make sure I stay away from that water line. So I'm going to try and clear back and clear on both sides from that water line. I'll have to dig it out a little bit. I just want to give myself a little bit of room to work with it and everything. So, and I know, of course, as it usually happens with plumbing, I'm going to end up having to run up into town. So, and around here you have a place called Lock Supply, and it is now 12:57 on a Saturday, so they're closed. So next place I have to go to is Lowe's. And so, all right, well, let's get at it. Does that look good? Uh-oh. Dang. It's putting down that wherever I go. All right. That's good enough. Oh, great. Whew. Huh? Yeah. Is there a lot of... Daggone, my whole bucket's full. Look at that. Maybe it'll come out here in a minute. Dang. Still full. Look at that.
So
that just came off of here and went over into here. So we've got to find out where that broke off of. God.
I'm in the mud.
Nice little rock. Okay, so here's where it broke off of. All right, so that's good.
Okay, you found it.
Whew.
There it is, yep. Blowing air.
Yep.
So we could just plug that up.
No, we're gonna have to cut it. See, this has got to be cut. It looks, that's a 1/2 inch line. This one looks like a 1 inch. Don't we have your little shovel over there at the RV?
Yeah, yes. I'll go get it.
Give me that. Okay. So this should be good enough. I need some kind of a clean rag. Okay.
All right, so
what I did was, the cut was actually too short for the compression fitting. So what I did is I had to cut in another, or splice in another set of pipe, and then put the compression fitting in. So we're getting ready to see how it goes.
Well, it seemed to have done well.
What we'll probably do
turned the water on and it worked.
Probably wait until tomorrow to fill it in.
Just to see?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll wait until tomorrow to fill it in. I agree. We will wait until tomorrow to fill it in. It's a mess. Anybody like to play in some mud?
Okay, so what we ended up having to do is that compression fitting was too short. Basically, when I cut out, there was a T there. I had to cut out the T that went over to this hydrant that was right here. And when I cut it out, there was just a little bit too much real estate on the pipe. So I had to cut back here to your left, or to your right on camera, and then my left, okay? But your right, and put in another piece of 1-inch pipe. And then I only left about that much space between the pipes, so the pipes go inside that compression fitting where it is tightened down pretty good. So right now, yeah, I got dirt and everything all over me. So it looks to be doing pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to go on and leave it, and we'll close it in tomorrow. But there is something that I want to say. You hear all the time that with tractors like this B2601, you hear people, oh man, it costs what, $7,000-8,000 for this backhoe attachment that's on here, this BH70 backhoe attachment. I can tell you, worth every stinking penny. Worth every penny. I can't tell you how many times when I've needed this and we've used it. If you've seen from our past, we had a breakdown here, and we ended up having, and it was 103, 104 degrees. That was back about this time last year, because we were getting ready to take off and go to Montana on vacation. And what ended up happening was we had to use this. I can't tell you, there's been several times where we've needed this and where we've had this backhoe, and it's just worth every penny. If they tell you, oh yeah, you'll never use it and all this stuff and everything else, you know what? When you do use it, it makes it worth it. And then they say, oh, well, if you go rent one, you're only renting one for a little bit, but you know, you got to take in the time and everything else that you have to get to rent it. Then if you end up tearing up somebody else's piece of equipment, then you have to pay for fixing it and all this stuff. So it's better off just to have your own equipment. Works great. I would recommend it. If you get Kubota tractor, John Deere tractor, Mahindra, whatever your flavor, you know, TYM, whatever your flavor, get a backhoe attachment for it.
And a grapple.
And another one, I'll tell you what, it should be a given that every tractor comes with a grapple on it and a third function. That grapple is the cat's meow as well. There's pretty much on this tractor right here, this B2601, the backhoe attachment stays on it all the time, and the grapple stays on it all the time. That's pretty much what stays on this tractor, and we use it all the time. Well worth it. So, but we're gonna see how things go here and everything else. We're gonna leave this open until tomorrow, and we're going to make sure that everything's good, and then we'll fill it in tomorrow. I got to remember to get your
My shovel out.
yeah, your little shovel down there before it gets filled in. But now Tanya ended up breaking her 321D, so got to go in and fix that. So, you know, no rest for the weary. At least it's not hot today. It's been in the hundreds here, and it's like 90, and that's a breath of fresh air compared to what it's been. So even though I'm still sweating like a banshee, I guess I'll say, instead of a pig. But alrighty. Well, y'all, we may get some pictures tomorrow while we're filling this in and stuff, but pretty much you got the gist of it. You know, basically what I did is there used to be a hydrant here, and I showed you it earlier. I went to lift, open it up, and it totally snapped. So, and then water started going all over the place, and all I could think is, yep, gonna be one of them days. Then, while I'm up at Lowe's in town, and while I'm up at Lowe's in town, Tanya's mowing, trying to get caught up on mowing, and she breaks the mule belt on the Grasshopper 321. So, yeah, if it ain't raining, it's pouring. So, well, if I don't get to talk to you later and we don't have any more of this, y'all have a good one. We'll see you around. Okay, so it is the following morning. So yesterday we got in here, we dug this out, and we put in new pipe. And what I wanted to do was let it sit basically overnight with the water system on and everything, make sure everything's okay. And if you look down there, it's pretty much dried up. It's still muddy, but it's pretty much dried up. So we're gonna go on and quickly fill it in. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put sand around it. And this is old sand that we had for sandblasting. So I may as well use it. It's dirty. So and the reason why I left that other pipe in there, that you notice the other pipe, the reason why I left that is if I'm at another time have to dig down into it, I'll come close to I'll hit that thing sticking up first before I hit the other pipe. That's my hope. So, yeah.
20 years down the line, we'll see.
Yeah, well, 20 years down the line, it'll probably be some young whippersnapper, not me. But I've got another 80-pound bag here, and I wish I had a knife. I need to get one in a hurry.
Throw it in there.
Well, well, that's going real good for me. All right. So I basically got all that covered up. This was an old bag that was all messed up of sand as well. So went on and used it. Yep. Did I hit him? I'm just kind of filling it in a little bit. Make sure I don't have rock that close to it. So I went on and grabbed the Ford New Holland 1920, and the reason why I did is if you see the skid steer was kind of sinking because of the weight, and I didn't want to take the grapple off the front of the B2601, so 1920's already got a shovel on it, so I'll go on ahead and use it to fill it in. It's a backfill. So here we go. Okay, so we got it all covered in, and it's kind of mounded up just a little bit. We'll wait until it kind of settles from the rain and everything else, and then I'll get more dirt and bring it in, and then level it off more at a later date. But it's all covered up, so yeah, it took us a little bit of time. There is something that I wanted to say. I was talking about earlier in the video about the backhoe and everything else. The one thing about the backhoe attachment on that B2601 was worth every penny. And one of the main reasons is when you need that, a lot of times we were out of water here, so we had the whole water system shut down for 2 houses, and for an RV too. And if I'd call into the local rental place, well, when this happened, the local rental place was closed anyways. So we would have been out the rest of the weekend without water. And more than likely, I'd have been digging this by hand. The nice thing about having a backhoe attachment on a tractor like that is when this happened, I just yelled at Tanya. It's like, hey, you know, this happened, and she got down here and we could do it in a hurry. So there is definitely a price for convenience on it too. But you know, I'd strongly suggest, at least for us, it's the best thing, that probably one of the best attachments we got besides the grapple. And then for the skid steer is the grapple and the what is it, the Terminator? The Dan User Intimidator. Yeah, the Dan User Intimidator, because that thing pulls out those trees and everything else, and that is just sweet. But I just wanted to kind of explain that a little bit more. I didn't put that in there, but that is one of the big reasons is convenience. You're also buying a product for convenience, where it would have taken a few days probably to get a Mini X or a tractor with a backhoe or something out here to fix this. Okay, so all right, well, y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you on another time. See you.